Aloha, Sylvan Bell, coming live from San Francisco, California, June 19, 2016. Today's Father's Day, and we're talking about what you should do if you're in in-home sales to close more deals. Now, first off, you have to set an agenda. And a lot of times, just in almost every sales process that I've taught or worked in, the guys who are struggling are the ones who don't let the buyer know what to expect. And if they don't know what to expect, they don't know what the rules are. And if they don't know the rules, they're not going to abide by them. Now, the chances are really good that if you set everything up the right way, they may abide by them, but then you're not having that challenge of them going, hey, nobody ever told me, okay? So what you have to know is you have to set up the rules early. You have to set up the agenda. You have to tell them what to expect, okay? Now, part of this comes from pricing. Now, I'm gonna make a huge recommendation that you give some sort of ranges. Like, we have different packages, and they could range from like 10 to 15,000, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Because if the buyer is sitting there through the whole entire presentation and they're thinking, how much is this product gonna be? How much is this widget gonna be? They really don't have anything to compare the value to. Okay, and so the reason why that's a challenge for you is you get all the way to the end and they were thinking, why didn't you tell me how much it was? Why didn't you tell me how much it was? Why did you tell me how much it was? And then instead of them hearing what you're talking about, they're thinking about how much is it? And it creates a huge challenge for you because they're not listening to your presentation. And I know people are gonna say, hey Scott, if I give them ranges, they're gonna say, hey, I don't wanna do business with you. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. I drove an hour one day to go to a sales call, and I get all the way there and I'm going over the information with the guy and I'm telling him, hey, look, our packages start from 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. And this is a couple years ago when I was doing in-home sales every single day. And the guy flat out tells me, he's like, I got a buddy in the business and he's willing to do it for $5,000. So if you can't match that, you can't talk me into anything else. I'm not gonna move forward with anybody unless they could do it for $5,000. I'm like, hey man, I can't compete with buddy pricing, but you know what I can compete with is, you know, professional service. That guy's not gonna call you back on 4th of July weekend when he's out fishing in the boat and, you know, you got discounted service, so you get discounted service, buddy. And so I didn't really say it that way. Come on, I was thinking it. And I'm just a little bit amped up because I'm shooting videos for you today out in San Francisco on the perfect day, right? But you gotta know that if you don't set the expectations from the beginning and you don't give some sort of price range from the beginning, you could be creating a lot of problems for yourself in the long run. And it takes a couple of minutes to do. It's not really that big of a deal, but it works to your favor, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story, that'd be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you gotta do, you gotta subscribe, and you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, why not even LinkedIn. Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.